how your self-image impacts your income. That is the issue that most men struggle with. They focus on taking action without the proper level of self-concept, without the proper level of identity. The problem is, you may try to take a certain type of action that you've seen on the internet from those business gurus, or what the morning routine of Alex Hormozy or Jeff Bezos or whatever the fuck. And the problem is you're taking action that are incongruent with your current level of identity. And because your identity is the thing in a cascade manner that determines your belief systems, how you perceive the world, therefore your emotions that are drivers of your actions, you will always fall back. The actions that you're going to take over a long period of time will always fall back to your current level of identity. So if you have the identity of a loser, you can be motivated one day and take the actions of a winner, but you will always, in a cascade manner, follow back to the actions of a loser. And this comes from a guy that was a loser before, and I changed my identity. I'm going to put up some photos on how I was depressed, miserable before, and I was able to change my identity to develop a badass, unbreakable mindset. I went from being shy and timid with the ladies to being able to live an abundant life with the most beautiful creature on the earth. I went from being a skinny and nerdy kid to developing a jacked and shredded physique. I went from a guy who was semi-ugly average face to being able to develop my face more aesthetically pleasing. And then I went from being somebody who is broke, depressed in his corporate 9-to-5 rat race job, to being able to be time, money, and location free and develop an abundance in terms of prosperity. And the same thing with Olivier, my brother and my client here. So how did we manage to see all this success is because we focused on doing the inner work. You need to understand that the world, as the Sufi philosophy said, as metaphysics said, as the quantum physics and quantum mechanics have proven, from the philosophy of mind, the scriptures in the Bible, and spirituality in general have proven that the outside world is a reflection of who you are deep in your consciousness. So in this video today, what we're going to do is we're going to basically give you the right belief systems and the right type of self-concept that you need to develop for you to over time feel compelled naturally to take the right amount of actions and the right type of action consistently on a long period of time. Because it's not what you do today that matters, it's what you do today, tomorrow, and the day after tomorrow consistently over time, fueled by who you see yourself to be. So Olivier, can you please tell us a bit more of how your identity and your self-concept was so strong, and that was the thing that allowed you to materialize very easily and very quickly results tangibly in your life because you had this strong self-concept and strong identity and the attracted income in your life?
Okay, first of all, you have to be delusional. What do I mean by that? Do not allow yourself to be defeated by the circumstance, by the external world. You have to cultivate your inner world. You have to be so much in love with yourself that the world has no choice but to reflect that back to you. So in my case, I was like, now I'm 29, but when I was 22, 23, I was like, one day I will be sit next to ambassadors, president, people with strong power on their hands. And my friend that I had back in the day was like, "You're crazy. How are you gonna do that? Nobody is gonna talk with you. Nobody is gonna give you the time to show your capacities, to show your abilities. You're crazy. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up." And I was like, okay, no problem. And internally, I was cultivating this self-image. And I was like, okay, what can I do to attract those people? Because I have a background in law school. So I did 5 years in law school. So in the external world, that was my way to enter to those worlds. So I was like, okay, I will provide them value with my background in law school. And when I was next to ambassadors, etc. I was like, yeah, they have all this power on their hands, but that's all they got. There was, and they are not in shape.
Yep.
With women, they struggle. Most of them, they are. I saw a lack of alignment. I was like, okay, there is no way that they are better than me. If they manage themselves to be in that position of power, I can do the same. It's a matter of social skills, of being at the right place in the right time. Yeah, it's one example among many. First of all, build a strong body. If you can build a body that can make women fantasize about you or wait,
Wait.
that's the first stage of your self-image, your self-confidence.
Absolutely. Because the first thing that you'll see in the mirror is going to be your shape changing. This is the first reprogramming that you can give your mind, because it's much more tangible to see your body change and to see that I'm actually stacking wins. What I'm doing has an impact on what type of results I'm trying to attract in life, whether I like it or not. If I'm staying consistent in the gym, compared to the finances take a bit more time, and your mindset and who you see yourself to be just in the mind is not as tangible. So first step, changing your body.
Yeah, and people, men or women, that back in the day you could pedestalize, now you will be like, wait a minute, there is no way that woman is out of my league, or this man is above me. I have a strong willpower when it comes to building.
Yeah.
Build a building.
Building.
When it comes to building my body, so I will have the strong willpower when it comes to make it happen for my financial life,
Yep.
for women, and etc.
And health, guys, is the first pillar of everything. Without proper health, you don't have any proper energy. Without proper energy, you don't have creativity or inspiration. Without creativity or inspiration, there's no way in hell that you're going to think outside the box for you to attract more money or make more money in a different way than you're used to right now with your 9 to 5, with your current business model, with your current investment vehicle, okay? So health is wealth, and health is looks as well. The more you focus on your health, the easier it's going to be for you to build muscle, the easier it's going to be for you to be good looking, and therefore the confidence that you have and the feedback loop that you create every single day when you look at yourself in the mirror is going to be more positive. It's going to reprogram your subconscious mind. Just imagine, every single time that you look at yourself in the mirror, you effectuate a judgment, whether it's positive or negative. Just imagine if every single day you don't like how you look in the mirror. Every single time you look at yourself in the mirror, a negative judgment occurs. How detrimental is this for your identity and your self-concept? How the fuck do you think that somebody who sees himself, let's say for instance 20 times per day minimum in a mirror, right, and tells himself 20 times unconsciously, I'm a loser, do you really think that person will have the confidence and the vibration and the frequency strong enough to attract more money and more business opportunities in their lives? No. There's a reason why people don't trust insecure people. Because we dislike the fact that why are they insecure? We dislike the fact that potentially insecure people can stab us in the back because they are not in control of their insecurity and their negative emotions. That's why we dislike and distrust insecure people. Have you noticed when automatically and unconsciously people disrespect insecure people, whereas they actually respect secure people, even though on the outside secure people doesn't look like they have anything to be secure about or secure of, right? That's why. So health is the first pillar. Take care of your health. You cannot make more money if you constantly eat shit McDonald's and burgers and whatever processed food that prevents you from thinking clearly. All the brain fog that you have, all the bullshit that you have is because you have too much toxins in your body. So you need to take care of your body. Your body is literally the filter of your consciousness. Your consciousness is from divine consciousness, is from your holographic incarnation of God. The problem is this divine consciousness cannot fully experiment and cannot fully operate if you have a filter that is dirty, like a coffee machine. If your filter of consciousness is dirty, it's going to be impossible for you to fully develop into the divine version of yourself on this planet Earth, and therefore attracting more money towards you. So you need to take care of your filter, aka your health. The second is you need to take care of your frequency, nurturing emotions, good emotions every single day. Why is that so important? Because at the end of the day, you want to make money. Well, it's because with good emotions every single day, you're going to naturally feel better about yourself. And what do we do when we feel better about ourselves? We want to make others feel better about themselves as well. And that is how you're going to start to build and give value to others, other people. You're going to build more relationships with others. And naturally, they're going to like you more. And now, who is going to be the first person who pops up in their mind when it comes to a business opportunity? You, because you made me feel better about myself. You wanted to say something about that?
No? Go ahead.
And that's why I want, by the law of reciprocity, to give you back. You see what I mean? That's why you need to feel better about yourself as well. You need to nurture those positive emotions. So it could be via meditation, via visualization, via hanging out with high-level people, whether it's an online community, in a real-life community, or even coaches and mentors that you get into an accountability program with. Typically, what I give all my clients and what Olivier helps his clients do, we give you a specific protocol to elevate to the highest version of yourself. The point that I'm trying to make here is take care first of your health. Focus on you. Take care then on how you feel. You're nurturing good emotions, whether it's living from the end. That's super important. Not a lot of people are talking about this, but the easiest way for you to immediately neurologically rewire your brain to embody the new identity is to feel like your new identity would feel already. So imagine in your mind, how would the version of you that have all the things that you want, how would that version of you be, basically? How would it look like? How would it speak? How would it think? How would it feel? And then embody that version of yourself and make sure that you're working towards creating that identity in the now. This is how I went from these pictures to these pictures. It's because I worked on myself more than anything else. I didn't focus on the external. I knew that the external would follow if I focused on myself and worked on myself enough. But I could only do that if I took care first of my health and then feeling good about myself enough to know that I have unlimited potential and work on my potential. And the perfect example is that Olivier, for instance, he feels so good about himself that everywhere he goes, he gives value to everybody, right? And that's what you need to aim to do as well, is because you feel so good about yourself, you feel kind-hearted, you want to help out people. And that's how you, one day after another, if you stack up all these little good actions because you feel good about yourself and you want to make other people feel good, and by your aura, by your vibration, you are sending out love in terms of actions, in terms of words, in terms of thoughts that you share, in terms of emotions, you're giving out love to people. Weirdly enough, that stacks up over time. And then one day you get a phone call of, a shareholder, a multimillionaire shareholder that knows your name because he was the best friend of somebody that you forgot a long time ago just because you were nice to that person one day. You see what I mean? All these things that you don't think matter, they do compound over time. Whether it's going to the gym, whether it's eating healthy, whether it's talking positively to yourself in the mirror or reprogramming your subconscious mind through sleep. All of this that we teach Olivier and I in our mentorships. All of these little things do matter.
From a spiritual perspective, imagine that God is watching you.
Yep.
Would you be proud of what he sees? A man who self-sabotage, who jerk every day, who is like, I can get that woman, who constantly destroying himself? No. If you know that you are a particle of God, that's your duty to act accordingly.
Absolutely.
And don't forget, all your ancestors who fought for you to be here.
Yeah.
They don't fought back in the day to have a Winnie, to have a feminized man who is constantly crushed under circumstances or the small pressure. So yeah, imagine every day when you wake up that God is watching you. God is taking note of your emotion, of your thought, of your action, and act accordingly. You will notice that the universe pushes you towards a direction with your better self.
Yeah. Who is aligned with your better self.
Who is aligned with your better self.
Absolutely. And the thing is this, you cannot lie to God or the universe or nature or force, whatever you want to call it, right? This is not a religious channel whatsoever. It's just like understanding the fabric of reality. You cannot lie to the universe. If you feel bad about yourself, if you think badly about yourself and then you act and say good things, it's misaligned. You cannot lie. The universe is the permeating consciousness, divine consciousness force that is permeating everything. So it's permeating you, it's permeating your thoughts, it's permeating your emotions. So you cannot lie to the universe. So you need to take it step by step. Start aligning yourself by thinking positively about yourself. Then start feeling positively about yourself. I'm the best, I feel great, I feel confident. By constantly living from the end. Don't live from who you are right now. Start neurologically rewiring yourself by feeding daily your body with the feeling of you that has already achieved all the things that you know you should be achieving. And then start to speak, because now you're aligned mentally and vibrationally or emotionally. Then you create a frequency. Now you can materialize that in the first degree of materialization with your words. Now speak positively about yourself, about the world. Don't be a whining, complaining bitch. That's what most people are. Every single time that you do this, you think it has no impact. It does. Every single time you do something, it either reprograms your subconscious mind in the positive way or negative way. So you need to make sure that every single little small habit that you have, thinking-wise, emotion-wise, speaking-wise, or action-wise, physically taking action on your business or making more money or building something, need to be congruent and aligned. And there is this law of compounding momentum. It's not about, again, what you do today in a huge amount of matter. It's about what you do consistently every single day. Okay, that has a compounding effect. Okay, like money that you invest, the compound interest. It's the same thing with your habits. You could go a long time before you don't see any result until one point, boom, you have the tipping point, and now it becomes exponential. And that's what you're aiming to do. But don't worry, you don't have to take the same actions over and over again until your death, because after 21 days, it is said that your brain is actually rewired to get that part of a habit, creating a habit out of it, getting that part inside of your identity, making it so much easier for you to follow through with that habit. So you just essentially, on average, need to focus on doing these things in the next 21 days. So an applicable exercise for you to do is, okay, list all the qualities of that person that you're trying to get, okay? Or list all the goals that you're trying to get at first. Then you describe the person that you would need to become that is so attractive and that is so successful that it naturally has a minimum of all these goals that you have and all those goals that you're trying to achieve. Now that you have this identity that you're trying to embody, for you to see where you are right now, what are the habits every single day that this person have that you need to start embodying today? Going to the gym, reading out loud every single day to practice your English, practice being eloquent, speaking in front of the camera to prepare yourself for conferences or whatever it is, preparing investment or shareholder meeting boards for you to present an investment project to multi-billionaire companies, for instance. Whatever it is that this person needs to do to achieve these goals, start developing the habit right now.
You can even do the link between their money, the level that they are right now, and their identity. Because if they don't reprogram themselves in the right way, they will always fall back in the inferior identity.
Absolutely. Olivier is completely right, guys. If you do not reprogram your subconscious mind, why am I speaking about the subconscious mind when we were speaking about identity? Well, because your identity is mainly comprised of everything that is subconscious, right? So it could be your shadow in Jungian philosophy. It could be all the traumas that you haven't processed and that you're not using in the right way. It could be all the limiting beliefs that you have not necessarily been aware of and reprogrammed. So your subconscious mind is basically something that you need to reprogram in the right way, okay? Once you do that, once you reprogram your subconscious mind, this is when you'll be able to have certain types of results and not fall back to the inferior level of identity that you had in the past. Because again, your actions and your results and your reality always follows your identity. It goes as follows. I want you to note it down. IFR. Identity, frequency, reality. Okay? Reality will always follow frequency. Frequency will always follow identity. How you perceive yourself, how your self-concept is, and what your state of consciousness is, will on average, create an average frequency that you send out and emit every single day to the universe through your actions, through your words, through your thoughts, and through your emotions. That over time, all this conglomerate of vibration, this conglomerate of energy in different formats, in physical, semi-physical, and subtle, will condense itself into a reality over time. So your identity creates your frequency, which creates your reality. So this is why the money that you're going to make is inevitably linked to your identity. And because your subconscious mind is responsible for 95% of your identity, your money that you make is directly linked to your subconscious reprogramming. This is why you need to reprogram your subconscious mind. Because if you follow, for instance, if you end up in a closing call and you get a big deal, I don't know, let's say for instance you close for $100,000, right? And then because your identity is the identity that you had back in the day, aka a party boy or whatever, you're going to spend all of that money on booze, on alcohol, on drugs, on women, and in bullshit stuff, and therefore you're going to go back to zero in your bank account.
Or maybe it won't close.
Or maybe you won't even close because you don't believe yourself worthy enough to pitch something that is 100K when you're worth much more than that. And the thing is this, it may sound completely far-fetched right now, but I am telling you, the moment you reprogram your subconscious mind, this is when it is the biggest lever when it comes to your success, because things start to happen unconsciously, automatically, positively, and naturally in the way for you to see success. And that's what we do with all my clients. We reprogram the subconscious mind. Once they have a clean slate, they start to see automatically success. They start to naturally, automatically take the right actions aligned with their desired identity. We elevate their frequency to supercharge all of those actions, making them even more impactful into the inputs that they make into the universe every single day. And then we apply that on their business, creation of, or scaling of their business, and therefore they see a drastic difference in wealth.
When it comes to women, don't forget that they are more spiritual than us men.
Yep.
So they can sense that I should bet on him.
Yep.
You can maybe
absolutely.
elaborate?
Absolutely. So he's saying that because we just did a podcast on his French channel and we spoke about this, where basically women can sense, they are more spiritual than men, and they can sense your spiritual radiation basically. And the more spiritual and the more aligned in terms of identity, in terms of frequency, aka state of consciousness you are, the more they can sense that. Women have more capacity of seeing the invisible more than men. And therefore, even if you're on your come up, for instance, a lot of women will sense that. They will deeply sense that, and they will fall in love much quicker and much more obsessed, become much more obsessed with you because they can sense that. But it's nothing tangible at first, it's something invisible. It's your aura, it's your identity, how you perceive yourself and how you express yourself towards the world. Because remember, the world will reflect back to you how you perceive yourself. How the world treats you is how you treat yourself. So if somebody disrespects you, it's because you disrespect yourself. If you keep being broke, it's because you think that you deserve being broke, or you don't treat yourself enough with enough respect, or you don't think yourself enough worthy of much more money. So everything is a reflection of who you see yourself to be. So for the woman aspect of things, if you believe that you have the identity that can have multiple women, for instance, multiple girlfriends, multiple wives, then go do that and don't be yourself. Don't fall for the societal opinion or societal programming. If that's something that you know your desired identity does and is doing, then stick with that. And you'll see the world will start to test you, right? There's going to be tests of your frequency. Whenever you decide a certain type of action to do that is based on this identity that you're trying to create for you to get the reality that you want, the universe is going to test you with a certain types of test. Either one, things are going to get worse and going to test this precise point. For instance, let's say you decided to have, 2 girlfriends, for instance. Then you'll start to meet one girl that is going to tell you, no, I could never do that, right? This is the universe testing you and testing your faith to see if you're truly about that, if you truly want that reality, that identity. Or another test is nothing happens. Things take time. You need to keep going with that frequency. Remember, things take time to materialize from the subtle plane to the physical plane in this 3D realm, okay? So the reality of the game is that your identity will essentially change your physique, change your health, change your finances, change your relationship with women, change your abundance, change your prosperity, and change your excellence in every single aspect. There's a difference between the vast majority of people that have the identity that is programmed by society, aka eat the SAD, standard American diet, eat some bullshit food, go to the 9 to 5 rat race, spend time with low-level motherfuckers in the train for 4 hours when you go and you commute to your fucking 9 to 5. Don't think outside the box. Don't make too many moves because that could, intimidate other people. Get into a sexless marriage, get some kids, and then you get basically fucked over by your wife because now she's becoming obese because she's letting herself go, and there's no mutual respect. I know some of you guys say, okay, no, I'm in a marriage and everything is happening phenomenally, but for the vast majority of the clients that I've coached that are divorcees, that's exactly what happened. They felt disrespected because they didn't respect themselves. You will always fall back, no matter the timeline, you will always fall back to your current level of identity, okay? So you need to first reprogram your subconscious mind. You need to change your identity, how you perceive yourself to be, with daily promises that you follow through, daily actions, taking care of your health, most importantly, taking care of how you feel about yourself, and surrounding yourself with people that reinforces your identity. And this is exactly what I do to all my clients. For instance, one of my clients, she told me recently, like, the beautiful thing with you is that you see myself as the identity that I'm trying to get to, and that time collapses the time I take to embody that identity. And that's why my clients see results drastically, for some of them drastically in even a matter of weeks when it comes to finances, prosperity, and excellence in every single aspect. So guys, your identity not only determines your income, it determines your abundance in every single aspect, okay? How you perceive yourself. Are you a value giver or a value taker? Are you somebody that is an asset for the world, or a bonus or a plus for the world, or a minus for the world? Are you a waste of space in front of a TV screen, or are you a producer? Are you somebody who wants to help out people to feel better? And it's the easiest time to differentiate yourself today, because with AI, with social media, with all that bullshit, the vast majority of men and women are miserable, depressed, and under antidepressant. The suicidal rates have gone through the roof. If you haven't watched my video on my friend attempting suicide, you know what I'm talking about. Most of you maybe have been depressed in one point of your life, or you know people who have attempted suicide, but the suicide rate is going through the roof. Why? Because it's an identity problem. Because whatever they do, they feel like they're not enough. It always comes back, and it always loops back to the same results. Why? If you have seen this over and over and over again throughout the years, where you feel like you're always coming back to the same place, it's because you have a subconscious identity problem that you need to fix. You need to fix the root cause. Stop treating the symptoms.
Don't forget, you are a particle of God. You got what it takes for you. So don't be shy.
No.
Stop self-sabotage. Be bold. Be sure that you can accomplish whatever you put your mind into, and go prove to yourself and to the world that you can make it.
Absolutely. To conclude, guys, as always, if you want my help, if you want Olivier's help, if you're French, you can go check out his channel. But if you want my help, you can click the link in the description where I teach you exactly how I was able to see success in every single aspect, what I call hacking reality via 10xing my income using metaphysics, neuroscience, psychobiology, the esoteric secrets of the universe, but also near-death experiences and OBEs to apply that directly for you to see success and time collapse the time it takes for you to see success in every single aspect. If you want access to my Godlike Reality Creation Mentorship, click the link in the description. You'll watch this video. You'll see how I've helped over 400 plus students do the same and see success in every single aspect. Major transformations, insane transformations, and apply to work with me if you're serious. Again, we privilege quality over quantity. We do not want people who are time wasters. We don't want people who are not ready to invest in themselves, because at the end of the day, ask yourself this: what else is there to do than to invest in yourself, invest in your knowledge, invest in your skill stacking, invest in your identity upgrade for you to see success in every single aspect, for you to reach your goals in every single aspect. What are you going to do? Do the same thing that you did last year, aka not taking action, aka not investing in yourself because you're afraid of departing from some thousands of dollars. Thousands of dollars will always come back, especially if you have the right identity. Hundreds of thousands, millions of dollars will come back to you. The only thing that you take to the grave is your level of consciousness. So might as well invest everything that you can in terms of energy, attention, focus, money, resources, relationships into bettering yourself, because that's what your soul truly wants in this life. It's about elevation and transcendence. It's not about stacking up cash that you won't take with you in the afterlife. And that really and truly, from the perspective of Olivier and myself, that we've seen success and material success, it gets boring very quickly. What we like is the relationship with people, is the constant ascension. So again, if you're serious about investing in yourself, if you're serious about seeing success in every single aspect, and if you resonate with our message, if you watch some of the YouTube videos, because I don't want you to apply if you haven't watched at least 3 YouTube videos of mine, then click the link in the description, watch the video, and we will see you in the next episode. See you soon. Ciao.